Hello students, today we have topic from history changing India in medieval period. Students, in class 6 you read about the ancient Indian history. In class 7 you will discuss about the medieval period, how it changed India. At first, we will discuss the medieval India as viewed by cartographers. Cartographers means those who make maps. Students, you can see there are two maps in this picture. The map one made by Arab cartographer in 12th century. The next map was made by French cartographer in 18th century. You can see the difference between both maps are there. Can you tell me what the difference you can see in these maps? This map having different kind of views. Students, why this difference and what difference we can see there it is? Students, at first the first map made in 12th century and the second map made in 18th century. That's why there is a big difference. Again, some differences like one important place of UP, Kannauj, having a different spelling. Students, that's why we need to be careful while we are reading history. Students, now we will go through the textual records. In medieval history, we can see so many textual records we are finding because in the period of 700 to 1750 the textual records became important, so that numerous textual records we can find with this time. Students, that's why in the source of history as earlier, coins, numismatics, biographies and autobiographies were important. Now the important source of history of medieval India is the manuscripts. We can find out these manuscripts in libraries and archives. Students, can you tell me what are manuscripts? Students, it is handwritten, the written records. The handwritten records maintained by either the courtiers, either from the travelers. Students, in the medieval history, we can see the writing style having impact of Persia. In this Persian writing style, two important features are there. Like two Persian scripts of calligraphy we can find. First one is Nastaliq and the next one is Shikasti. Students, in this picture you can see the Nastaliq style is written. Students, what are the difference? The difference was the Nastaliq style is easy to write and read, but the Shikasti style, as you can see in the image, that is not easy. That is a dense version of writing. Students, Sikaste Nastaliq is more vast than the Nastaliq script. Students, medieval time having new terminologies. How new terminologies and old terminologies are important in this time. Historical records, languages, and the meaning of word change with the time. Students, in the Mughal era, the word Hindustan was most common term for India. Students, in the 13th century, the term Hindustan was used by Persians and Mughals to mean the areas around the Indus River only. Students, it means Indus River Valley in the northwestern India only belongs to the Hindustan part, not the South India. Students, in the medieval time, the Mughal ruler Babur also used the term Hindustan to explain the geographies and cultures of the subcontinent in the early 16th century. And students, that was similar to the way Amir Khusro, a famous poet, did it in the 14th century. You can see the map of India with the eyes of Babur and Amir Khusro. Students, historians have to be very careful when they use old things to study history because the methods of making maps and texts differ from time to time and not everything written in the past was correct. Students, in the medieval history, new social and political groups emerged. The 1000 years between 700 to 1750 was a period of large scale economic, political, social, and cultural changes. Students, there were many developments in the technologies also. For example, the Persian wheel for irrigation, the spinning wheel for the weaving, and the powerful firearms for big fight were invented in that period. Students, you can see the pictures showing the Rajputs. Students, people who travel in search of opportunities not only brought new ideas but also new foods and beverages with them. Students, in this time, many Rajputs became famous in India. Before the rise of Mughal Empire, initially the term only included sons of rulers, but later it also includes soldiers and commanders. Students, this was the time when Marathas, Sikh, Jat, Ahoms and Kayas also became important in the Indian subcontinent. Students, many forests were cleared to make land for agriculture. Peasants became an important part of the society and started receiving help from rulers if they paid taxes only. Students, you can see the images of different political and social groups. Students, this was the time of development in religious tradition also. That was the time of Bhakti movement in Hinduism and Sufism in Islam. That was the time when cultures start mixing up with each other. Students, that was again the timing 1000 years having so many rise and fall of dynasties as you saw in the ancient period also, so many dynasties got a peak and also the fall during in ancient times. Students, the period 700 to 1715 current era was marked by a lot of significant political developments in the Indian subcontinent. Student, one significant development was foundation of Delhi Sultanate that established Muslims as major claimants of political power in India. Students, after that, in that period, in that Mughal ruled for the longest period. Students, but that was in North India only. In southern part of India, Cholas and other dynasties also got rise and fall with the time. Students, I hope you understand all the chapter very clearly. Thank you.